Best of r/entitled parents episode 126. Subscribe for edit videos daily. Repost credit. U/the sudden typos 1210. Due to the coronavirus outbreak in my country, my prime minister ordered schools to be shut down and everyone has to be self-quarantine except if you have an emergency. Today we ran out of food to eat because my mom forgot to buy rations, so I took the risk to go out and buy food at a nearby Tesco. Stores are not closed. I didn't go out unprotected because more than 100 people in my country has the virus and the government estimates there is a lot more. I was wearing a hoodie, jeans and almost everything that covers up my body and a gas mask with filters, as I don't believe a surgical mask can stop the virus. As I got there picking up some canned goods, I heard a ahem behind me. I thought there was someone at Signal staff, but boy was I wrong. I heard another one louder than a sonic boom. I turned around and saw women and a kid with a cloth wrapped around their mouths facing me with the eyes of Spawn, looking like he wants to drag me down into 10 hells. Me, yes. What do you want? You little $@$. Me, hello to you too. You are a little brat. You are wearing that mask because of what? Here to flex on us, to prove you have more money. I'm a single mother and this is what you do to people like us. Bet you push the elderly to the floor and laugh. Me, thinking, wearing a mask equals flexing and pushing the elderly. Then the X started to throw items at me from their cart while the M keeps cursing. Jokes on them, I caught their packs of Twinks. After a while M lost her breath and their cart was empty. Me, are you done? M, wheezing like she smoked 24/7. Ek, you know it's not done yet, you $@%%. Me, so lem get this straight. Wearing a gas mask because of the virus outbreak and I'm trying not to catch it is the same thing as flexing money or pushing to elderly? M, still wheezing. So I left them, but I expect to see them again as there is like 4 people here including me, M and Ek. After going up and down the aisles I saw signs for masks, but they were sold out obviously. Then I went to the electronics aisle and there is where I saw them again and M and Ek rushed towards me. M, you, me, M, you caused me to get some more Twinks. Me, so, M, you %, and, bet you also have drugs. Then the Ek threw a can at me but missed, however it hit a display TV. M and Ek, $, and at. Me, wow. M, you got to help me please. Me, you want me to help you after the way you treated me? I then walked away to grab more food. When I reached the exit I saw the M in the back of a police car and Ek with a policeman. Thank you. Next. Original post here. Also, thank you to the kind soul for the gold. You are awesome. Thanks. Whoa, my original post really blew up. Thanks to everyone for their advice and concern. I really thought that there wouldn't be more to the story, but there is. For those of you who are wondering, we live in the western region of the United States, near the Rocky Mountains. That's all I'm willing to say. Preppers and people with food storage like mine are pretty much the norm where we are, but there are people like the 3 EMs that don't prepare beyond their monthly grocery trips. It's just assumed that everyone here has some sort of food storage, but as a rule, we don't ask or talk about them. After my encounter with EMs, Friday, I didn't think much of it, but I did tell my husband. He was not amused. In my post about the EG that tried to take our movie seats, I mentioned that since my health has been declining, my husband has become fiercely protective of me. He wanted to storm over and rip into all 3 of them, but I managed to convince him not to. He did ask for screenshots of the texts, just in case. I happily sent them to him. Saturday night, after I went to bed early, the neighbor who had told me that EM1 had been complaining about me, we'll call her NN, nice neighbor, showed up on our porch with neighbor cop, NC, and spoke, through our screen door, to my husband. NN said that she and several other neighbors were concerned when EM2 had basically admitted to threatening to come and take our food storage. I guess EM2 was telling people that like it was a funny story or something. NC was there because he co-heads our neighborhood watch and is also EM2's brother-in-law. I've always gotten the impression that he and EM2 don't get along. Quick note, we have several police officers, as well as firemen that live in our neighborhood. In fact, I have 3 different policemen living on just my street. NC asked hubby if we had proof of the text conversation and hubby sent him a copy. NC thanked him and told him he'd be speaking with his sister-in-law later that night. Hubby thanked them both and they left. This morning Sunday, NC showed up again. He told hubby that he'd met up with the 3 EMs and their husbands and sternly told them that with the screenshots hubby had given him, he could arrest the 3 of them for harassing and threatening me, and that if anything happens at our house, that they would be the first on their list of people to talk to and/or arrest. I don't know if he just told them that to scare them, but he knows the law better than me, so I'll go with it. He also told them that he had informed the other cops that live in the neighborhood and that they, as well as the neighbors that were concerned in the first place, would also be watching them and to not be stupid. So that's it, for now. NC told us to call him if we have any problems with anyone, but I don't anticipate anything soon. NC admitted to hubby that all 3 EMs looked terrified after he mentioned being arrested and their husbands were furious at them. EM1's husband even asked her, "How could you think it was okay to threaten a sick person?" EM2's husband told her she was dumb for threatening someone who owned a shotgun. I'll update if anything else happens. Thank you. Next. Repost credit. U/Thesadentapers 1210. So in the title it says 18 plus games but I am 15 but don't point fingers. My mom knows this and she knows I am not scarred easily, because when I was too young I played MW2 and saw Shepard shoot Ghost and Roach then burned them, so miss me with that BS. So all of my extended family came for my grandmother's birthday party. She's 80 this 2020. This was at my cousin's house and he had a PS4 but with football games and Star Wars. So I brought along 5 of my best games: Mortal Kombat 11, Mortal Kombat X, Alien Isolation, Call of Duty Modern Warfare and the one we were first playing, Dead by Daylight. So about an hour or two after we sang and ate cake, me and my 2 other cool cousins went into the game room. We booted up Dead by Daylight on my cousin PS4 while me and my other cousin booted up Dead by Daylight on the Nintendo Switch, so we played together. After a few minutes and my cousin hooking me on a hook. Not a figure of speech, it's part of the game. Also, before I continue on, I am forced to explain to people who don't play DBD. The game is a hide and seek game with 1 killer with powers and 1 for survivors. The killer's goal is to hunt the survivor and hook them on a sacrificial hook to sacrifice them to a godlike creature known as the Entity before they repair the power and escape. There is a whole roster of killers and survivors like the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street, Michael Myers from Halloween etc., etc. Back to the story. So after a few minutes my small cousin came in. He is not entitled. SE, Waku guys doing. He literally said it like this. Me, oh hey SE, we are playing a game that only older kids can play. SE, OHH, okay. He then left the room. But there's a calm before the storm. The cast. Me, SE, small cousin, EA, entitled aunt. Cousin who owns the PS4, we'll call him Oni because he is playing a killer named the Oni. Other cool cousin who we will call Price from Modern Warfare cause he's trying to grow his mustache. The story. EA came into the room not even knocking. EA, why didn't you let my son play your game? Oni, oh hey Aunt Karen, we couldn't let him play because it's a game from older kids. EA, oh please, you're just saying that because you think he's annoying. Price, no we don't, it has blood and killing. And EA cuts Price off. I don't give a damn. SC is coming here and playing. She then huffs and storms out. If you're wondering why she acting Suaru entitled, is because everyone in our family has a great achievement like Oni getting straight A for UPSR. It's an exam to determine how smart are you and the more likely to be picked into greater schools. Price being a well-paid gamer and me getting into college at 15, but EA, SC and another son who is my age didn't do anything great, so the family pities her but she thinks is an excuse to get whatever she wants. Also sorry for bragging. But I had an idea. I ask Oni that put me in a dying state, where the survivor is injured while laying down, and ask him to kill me instead of sacrificing me when EA comes. Then EA with SC behind the door, then the animation to kill me started. If you don't know what the animation looks like, I'm gonna put it into detail. Now the Oni powers his blood. So the Oni stabs a katana into my survivor, grabs some blood from his mouth, then smacks him with a Japanese spiked bat once, then hits him more and more with the sound of my character's skull cracking. EA saw this and immediately demanded that SC stays outside. She then goes on a tirade of why would you want to show that to SC blah, blah, blah. Then she said the famous line of, EA, as compensation for attempting to scar my child I'm gonna take all of these games and sell them. She took my Mortal Kombat X, Alien Isolation and Call of Duty. But before she could take anything Price steps in. Price, if you don't put down those games I'm gonna. EA, what? Huh, you don't scare me. Price, Grandpa. EA is scared of Grandpa. EA face drained of color and then she dropped the games and ran out carrying SC. I tried to find her but her car wasn't outside so she must have left. Then it continued like normal. Played games, chat with friend the Kinks. I wish I could say something like in your face EA but after dropping the games there was only FIFA 20 game on the PS4 and EA was in front of the PS4 then without us knowing she took it. Don't worry I have a plan to get it back. She doesn't live far. I'll update if I did it. Update on the revenge. So I got all of my mates together to help me on it. It went well and we ended up getting the game back with golden delicious karma. Here's how it went. So me and 5 of my buddies went to her house when she and SC weren't home. At her house there is a swimming pool and EA likes to take midnight swims so we pour blue dye in the pool. Also her water supply, for showers, baths etc. Not the drinking tank, comes from a tank near her house so we filled it with green hair dye. But I also learned that SC and EA other kid was at a sleepover so he couldn't fall victim. I planned that she will take a swim then come out, notices that she's blue. The I'm Blue music song. She then rushed to the bathroom and tried to wash it off but her hair will turn green. So we had a stakeout. She came back all dandy and fine because no children then when she came in we snuck to the backyard and hide. Not long after she immediately dived in without locking the door. Not to mention but she was wear a super tight swimsuit for a 30y/0. I wish I could unsee that. After EA swam for a few laps and stepped out of the pool and shrieked as she then rushed inside so I took this opportunity to sneak in and try to mess up a few things when I noticed Ernie's game near the TV. Luckily she didn't sell it yet so I grabbed the game and stole a few bags of chips and soda and yeeted myself out of there after I heard another shriek. Me and my mates enjoyed some snacks then I returned the game back to Oni. Thank you. Next. So, I will start by saying that my parents are pretty toxic. My dad once grabbed me by the neck. I brushed it off. My dad always complains about my weight, calling me names. I brush it off, even though I end up crying. Now, to come to my point. Every day, every single day, I clean the kitchen. I clean the living room. I do laundry. I do that. I do that. I do that. How come it is never enough? Whenever my dad comes back from work he says and you, what did you do today? And I say, I cleaned the kitchen. He usually interrupts me by scoffing. How you clean the kitchen? As if that's enough. I'm so sick. Yes, I could just up and go. I am 20. I am sure a lot of comments will be against me. But under some circumstances, I had to come back. I don't intend on staying. I'm just baffled. How can parents be so entitled? I will never understand. Thank you. Next. So, some backstory. I am 14-year-old boy and I live in a neighborhood which is a lot of families with small children. This happened yesterday at about 9 p.m. Where I live any social contact and public activities are minimal because of corona. So I was walking outdoors when I get this weird feeling. I started feeling very lightheaded and I immediately know that it's because I haven't eaten in a while. The feeling goes worse and I start to walk back home. I must have looked very drunk because I was almost stopped by our story's entitled mother. So stops me and asks, have you been drinking? I say, I understand that I may look like I am drunk, but it's only cause I haven't eaten in like 6 hours. I started walking again when she grabs my shoulder and starts yelling at me. Do you really think that I am so stupid? I believe you. You're clearly drunk. Where do you live? Me. I am not telling my address to some random sicko. She then yells again, how dare you speak to me like that? I am calling the cops. I forgot to mention that she had a 4-year-old girl with her. She told me she was 4. The girl starts to cry because of the screaming. Yells, look what you have done. You made my baby scream, you little shit. I am calling the cops immediately. Me not wanting to waste any more time with this crazy bitch say, okay, do you smell my breath? I bet it doesn't smell like booze. She doesn't understand that I haven't been drinking. You might think this is the end. You'd be wrong. She starts yelling, you have clearly used drugs. At this point I was pissed off and started to yell at her back, I haven't done any drugs, just leave me the fuck alone. Then she did a classical thing and started yelling, assault, assault. This boy is trying to rape me. I then fass up him and say, do you realize that I am underaged? If anyone is going to get arrested for assault it's going to be you. She goes completely speechless. I then take out my phone and say I am calling the cops. Then he just started running while holding hands with her kid who looks very traumatized. WHO the hell does that? I really feel bad for the kid for having so terrible mother. I have couple more of these stories, so if you would like to hear more of these, comments down below. Thank you. Next. Hello everyone, I am back with another story. Background. I am a 20-year black male and just got a car with the money I have been saving and I wanted to drive around one night and this happened. Cast, me. Take a guess. Crazy ass Karen PO. Police officer. Anyway, I was taking a drive one night in my car and this car swerved and destroyed all the paint on the left hand side of my car. We both get out and this is the conversation. Me. Hi IOM. Give me 10,000 now. He obviously confused. Pardon. I said give me 10,000 now. Me. No you have to, it's against the law to not give someone the money, so this lady had a little scratch of paint that you could easily fix for $100. Me. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need that kind of money. Then this lady pulls a gun on me. As soon as she did that, a police officer, PO, runs over. Sees this and fucking shot me in the foot. Me. Screams my lungs out. PO, get down on the ground now. Then tries to shoot PO, but with his badass skills he insta-shoots her with a taser. PO, on radio, I need a ambulance on street name. Instantly after that PO puts in handcuffs and wraps my foot around with a cloth. Gets arrested for attempted murder and I was asked if I wanted to place charges and I said hell yes and asked PO if he would help me in court and he said yes. Well, that's all. I will update when I go to court. That's what the PO said will happen if I press charges. So I will see you next time. Thank you. Next. So I posted a few stories before, but this one was when I was only 9. Cast, Meme is my heroic older sister. Entitled Dad NF my nice friend. So I was visiting family in Curitiba, Brazil for summer. NF moved there recently, so my mom decided to let me and Ms spend a day with her. We went to the playground of a restaurant and Ms was looking after us while my friend's mom was getting ice cream. We run around for a while then decide to go on the swings. The sign said children under 10 only, so we were good. Not 2 minutes after, Edie comes up to me and asks, this was in Portuguese, so I'll try to translate it. Edie, hey child, do you know how to read? I know I was young, but he said it as though I didn't understand the language. Me uhh. Yes. Edie, good. Can you tell me what that sign says? He pointed to the under 10 sign. Me, no children allowed under 10. Edie, yeah, that means you have to leave. Now, although I was very tall as a child and looked like 12, I was only 9 and very confused. Me, no, I am 9 so I can stay. Edie, look here kid. I tried to be nice but now I'll have to use force. My angel wants to go on the swing. Obviously I burst into tears since I didn't know what was happening. My sister comes over to see what was happening and I tell her what happened. Excuse me sir, can you leave her alone please? Edie, OMG, no wonder your kid is a brat. Her mother is just 16 and probably doesn't know WHO the father is. Excuse me. My sister often doesn't raise her voice, so this was a first. Edie, it's true. You are a mother at 16 and will probably never accomplish anything in your life. His logic obviously didn't make any sense since I was 9 and she was 16, age difference of 7 years, so he thinks Ms supposedly had me at 7. Now losing her mind. I am not her mother. This is my sister. I will ask you only one more time to leave. Edie, whatever racial slur, we are leaving. Of course he was not happy with Ms, but she is very intimidating, so they just walked away staring at us. After that we had ice cream and told everything to NF's mom.